Hey, I'm so grateful for everybody tuning in. Oh my God, do. Somebody please say it ain't so. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Docz Nightly, where you get highly classified documentations from your boy, Sean Blasey. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells. We're finally starting to get to the bottom of this. We're finally starting to get around to the truth. The new audio came out. This beautiful young woman broke down the audios to where we can hear everything loud and clear. And the things you're about to hear will disturb you. Let's get into it.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hey, oh, shut the fuck up! Damn it, Bart. What'd you say? Hey. It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down. I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that. Everybody was on this phone. I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. What? I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. Reach me at 2.
Damn, yo. Damn, Nolan's dead, man. We knew that already. But now we're starting to get an understanding that there was some type of altercation on that boat. And I don't know if it was a physical fight or did he choke Nolan out because his neck was missing? Did he push Nolan? Did he land and hit the back of his head? There was some type of trauma that he suffered for sure. We knew that with the autopsy. But it get even deeper. I need y'all to listen at this.
Proven guilty. And regardless of how you or I or anybody else feels, that includes the young men on the boat with Nolan Wells. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of questions that have to be answered. Is this sound real? Has it been enhanced? Who enhanced it? Was it AI or doctored before Janetta Brantley pumped it up so we can hear it? I want you to hear another version.
You can see that I have the CTO channel completely muted, so we're only listening to the callers. Then I go through and simply raise the volume of all of the chatter we hear at the beginning of the call.
Hey, we're at the west.
Hold on, that's the original before the lady got a hold of it. So it sounds pretty much the same to me.
Tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hey, oh, shut the fuck up! Damn it, Bart.
Damn it, Bart.
Susan, that was enhanced by my producer, Sydney.
Uh-oh.
I know her like that.
Uh-oh.
I asked her, enhance it the best you can.
Oh, no.
She, again, has no interest in the outcome of this case.
Oh, no.
She pulls up, quote, want me to cover him up? I mean, Susan, weigh in.
I was listening to the enhanced version, both of them now, not doctor, by the way. There's a big difference there. Have you ever heard, Nancy, on Instagram where you listen to two things and your mind goes to what you're thinking of, like green car or moon boat? What are we really hearing? I believe that something nefarious did happen. Where I think the answers will be, again, this is my opinion, but I believe something happened there and we're not hearing the full story. And you pointing out, Nancy, how crowded that area was So let's say what people are claiming, that it was an accidental drowning. No one saw. Look here at the crowd. Nobody saw what happened. And all of us have our phones on us all the time. No one recorded this. I think the answers are in the timeline and also the autopsy, when we will hear answers there.
You're seeing video from the Officer Tatum show, and I don't know what.
No. They're trying to talk around this when there's really nothing else to talk about. They're trying to add on to the conversation. Ben Crump is not helping the situation. It's looking like Nolan will never get any justice, especially when you got people like Officer Tatum on the job. And the way he's going about things is letting me know that he's willing to die to keep these kids out of jail. Because obviously he's getting paid. Everybody's getting paid at this point. And that's why it's such a circus of what's happening with Nolan Wells. So it's a matter of when the news starts to die down. And it will. It's still hot right now. They got it boiling. But eventually it'll cool off. And when it cools off and nobody's talking about it, then they could easily just sweep everything under the rug. And they're pushing it with this audio tape that recently came out. It's a thriller of what's happening, but the public feel like, well, what can we do? Since we see the people in charge, the people that really have the power to do something about this, they're not budging. They're just making material. It's just content at this point. And eventually people are going to decide that they don't want to consume it anymore. You know, it's going to be another craze to come out that's more enticing, and this Nolan Wells situation to be old news. We all have short attention spans, and this is a murder industry that we're all a part of when these type of tragedies happen. In these type of scenarios, it's a profitable situation. So the more they talk and the more they cook this thing and the more they serve it, people are going to be satisfied. So why stop now? We're waiting for the final verdict. We're waiting for the conclusion of all of this, but there may never be a conclusion with any of this stuff. Listen at this.
Our top stories that we're following from this week, taking you out to this. We have an update in a case that is really capturing attention all across the country. We do know that as of this weekend, the official autopsy in the death of Nolan Wells has been completed, according to officials who are familiar with that investigation. Results from the state medical examiner's office have not yet been made public, but are expected to be sent to a grand jury. This all has to do with the early July death of Nolan Wells, an 18-year-old who was on a boat on Horn Island before he effectively went missing. Days later, his body surfacing. And still so many questions as we are continuing on in the days and weeks to follow his death. And to talk a little bit more about what we're watching here, I'd like to bring in Adante Pointer, civil rights attorney. Adante, thanks so much for being with us here on Live Now from Fox.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And once again, I'm getting a lot of text, emails, and even people
So the autopsy is officially done. It's over. They already completed it. They already have a conclusion, but now they're just waiting to lay it on the public. And they have to prepare just in case there's you figure in Mississippi, it's not going to be a whole lot of backlash. I'll be surprised if they get together and protest in Mississippi. They might kick up a little bit of dust, but I doubt if it's going to get so out of control that they have to bring in the National Guards, because if that was the case, Mississippi would have got busy a long time ago. It would have been, Mississippi wouldn't even be on the map if people wanted to push the line when it comes to stuff like this. So, like I said earlier, it's going to blow over. The audio tape is out there, and all they can do is listen to it. Nobody, you figure a high profile attorney or whatever Ben Crump is supposed to be, he would be all over this right now. He would be doing a 24-hour press conference with the parents. We have the audio. The hell with the autopsy. We have the audio. Who the fuck is Bart? Why is nobody pursuing Bart? Or any of the other names that was mentioned in the audio. They got hardcore evidence, but there's still no arrest. There's no warrants. There's no nothing. And you figure, well, it's coming. I'm trying to let y'all know it's a possibility that it's never coming.
Why do I think the enhanced audio is garbage? I'm a forensic scientist and a former CSI, and I'm happy to explain. To help me answer this question, I would like to employ the assistance of Mariah Carey.
This is like the lady from Get Out. She don't give about what's happening. Let's see if she gets serious or not, because this ain't no laughing matter.
Hands up, audience. How many of you could hear the words to that tune?
You liars.
Quite a few could hear the words. Could anybody on the panel hear the words?
I can see it, yeah.
So here's the thing, the music being played is a MIDI file, so it consists only of musical notes. There are no human voices at all, and people who haven't heard the song before will hear it that way. They'll hear it just as a series of notes. But anybody who's heard the Mariah Carey vocal version will tend to hear her voice mixed in with the track, even though it isn't actually really there.
Oh, wow.
It's extraordinary. It's something called top-down processing. So what happens is the brain uses information that it all...
Yo, get this chick out of here, man. She trying to compare the Nolan Wells audio to a Mariah Carey Christmas song. She just in time for the holidays with this BS. Get her out of here, man. I can't believe they trying to pull these sneaky tactics to keep people's minds off of what's really going on. Listen.
Okay, so Quan is saying, listen to the 911 call again. On the 111 mark, you can hear in the background someone saying, no, wake up, Wyatt, check his chest. So I ran this through my editing program. And listen, I am not a pro at audio by all means, but I did try to enhance the background so we can hear more of what was said. I'm going to feature just the parts where you can hear people talking in the background. I want to be very clear. This is my interpretation of the enhanced audio in the background. It is not a confirmed transcript, so please take this with a grain of salt.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Hello? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like, guaranteed.
All right. Unless you have a membership number. How many adults, sir? That was the question. All right. How many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right. Thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
Did you notice that he said 7 people were on the boat and then they counted and it was just 6?
Wow.
Now, another thing I noticed in the full audio, when the dispatcher called the captain of the Coast Guard, the captain said, I just talked to his grandpa and he said he doesn't need a tow.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island, and he's saying the boat is sinking.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And he said that Jerry. Yeah, he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. They're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic.
My question is, why is the grandfather saying, no, they're fine. They don't need a tow? And it gets even more confusing because on the Officer Tatum show, Warren was one of the kids on the boat. He was saying that the last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. But then he talks about how when they were leaving at 4:30 and the boat was having issues, they said, Nolan, get the F on here. And he's like, no, I'm going to stay back.
Oh, that's some bullshit, y'all. Officer Tatum did an interview with a bona fide killer, allegedly. He sat down. And he had to know that boy was lying, but for the money, he didn't give a damn. How sick and how hateful can you be towards your own race to go along with this? He a complete sellout. I wouldn't even call him a sellout. He bought in to whatever they got to offer him. It's gonna be a special place in hell. I guess that money is good. He love it. I'm disgusted by Officer Tatum. Why would he even want to be a part of it? He could have covered this from afar like everybody else. He wanted to get in bed with these people. He rolling in their money. They'd be damned if Warren, Wyatt, Bart, or any of them dudes do some times for Nolan. Oh, hell no.
So he would have saw him at 4:30 instead of 3 o'clock, right?
The last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. And Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie. But when we were leaving, Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat.
While he was with Katie, he was talking to Nolan like that in front of his chick. He was hostile towards Nolan because he was cuddling with Katie and he couldn't stand the sight and he was ready to go. Is that what started it? Did Katie get on the boat too? Was that Katie talking? Did he get pissed off and crack Nolan upside his head because he was upset that he was booed up with some chick that he probably liked?
And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island.
So what is it? Is the last time you saw him at 3 o'clock with the girl or 4:30 when you guys left Nolan and he supposedly said, I'm good, I'm staying here? What is it? This case is literally hurting my brain because nothing makes sense. Okay, so Quan is saying, listen to the 911 call again.
Okay, we heard that, man. This is beyond crazy, y'all. It's beyond crazy. It's beyond crazy. I can't even take it. I don't feel right about this. It should have never went like this. It shouldn't be like this. Where is Ben Crump? How come he's not talking about the audio? Where the fuck is he? Do he care? Did he give up on Nolan? Did he do all that he's gonna do? Because this is not over. Or is it? It may be over. There's probably nothing else to talk about, people. Let's keep on going.
I'm assuming you're not paying attention, you're not listening, but there's 2 more names mentioned on the CETO audio, and there's also 2 key phrases that's mentioned on there that turns this case and busts this case wide open. What you may have thought, you're going to think something else after you hear it. I'm assuming you're not paying attention, you're not listening, but there's 2 more names mentioned on the CETO audio, and there's also 2 key phrases that's mentioned on there that turns this case and busts this case wide open. What you may have thought, you're going to think something else after you hear it.
What was the point in all that? That was whack. Don't quit your day job. I thought she was gonna bust that thing open. Let's move forward, man. I do apologize for that weakness. She don't know no better. She not professional like Docz Nightly, you know. Y'all ready? Okay, come on, let's get back into this.
Where Dammit Bart came in loud and clear to me, I decided to go over to the next part to hear what the rest of that statement was, which is where you saw me actually create a loop over that part, split that part, and then add a gain, which the gain is boosting the volume overall. And that's pretty much what you saw me do in that actual video. And so to hear, you know, damn it, Bart, Nolan's really dead now, that I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
My reaction too, Janetta, because when I first heard it, I thought this has got to be doctored. This can't be real. Don't move. Straight out to veteran trial lawyer Franz Borghardt, a veteran trial lawyer joining us out of the Baton Rouge jurisdiction at Borghardt's law firm. Franz, take off your defense hat just one moment. I have introduced wiretaps many times at trials, which are very hard to get, by the way. And I've never had one that I believed was doctored at the time because they were taken by law enforcement. This is from a completely independent source with no dog in the fight, no skin in the game. It's from Dispatch at Cito. And if this is real, this blows the case wide up. Now, you saw Janetta Brantley. You've heard her. I have no reason to disbelieve anything she's saying.
So if I'm prosecuting this, I'm worried that I need a witness in 2026 to exclude the possibility that it's either AI generated or doctored, just like you suggested. And I think that she's very credible, but I think we need to go one step further. The other concern I have, Nancy, is if the independent autopsy is showing inconclusive death results, now I really want to see the other autopsy to see, is there trauma to the body? Is there something that happened? These are the concerns I would have as a prosecutor. But we've now opened the doors to these guys may in fact have committed obstruction of justice.
Hold on.
But wait a minute. Nolan's black, y'all. That's the part we all gotta consider in all of this. In Mississippi, in America, that's something to keep in mind with all this. And that's the reason why the cape's so goofy to begin with, man. That's the main reason why everything's so ridiculous about it. Everybody's dropping the ball. There's not 1 ounce of professionalism in the Nolan Wells case on nobody's behalf. I haven't seen it not one time. There has, even from the parents, they all goofy with it. Everybody's dropping the ball in this situation. I ain't seen not a thorough piece of this whole trial. The Friends, wonky, TMZ, you know they're wonky. The major news publications, the major bloggers, the ones that's getting all the views, I'm like, wow, this person got 250,000 views. What they talking about? They ain't talking about a damn thing, except for what they heard from another blogger. And I get it, you know, it's a craze, it's trending. But the only reason why I'm covering the topic is because I really want to see this man get some type of justice out of all of this. Or else what are we even doing talking about it if it's not about getting to the bottom of it? And it's really simple logic. Anybody could connect those dots, but the more and more they put out content on this situation. And when I say they, I'm talking about the big wigs, the people that's tied in to it, because they outsource certain people or put people on platforms to do their dirty work. So you thinking you watching a genuine streamer or a genuine podcast, but they're linked in to a bigger brand that promote them to spread their rhetoric on a lower level. So that's the sickest part about all this. I never met Nolan, but just by the looks of it, the videos they showed of him and just his overall aura, he seemed like he was a good kid that could get along with any and everybody. And I'm pretty sure they hated the fact that he had such a bright light. You know, let's move on, because I'm getting emotional. I'm getting in my feelings about all this, and rightfully so, because I have a heart, and I will hope you out there have a heart as well. And seeing what's going on with this man's death, you got to keep in mind, I don't think it would go this way if he wasn't colored, especially in Mississippi. Listen at this, y'all.
Okay, so before I play this, I want to quickly explain what I did, what you're looking at on the screen, and why I chose to approach this audio the way that I did. As a professional audio engineer with experience in dialogue editing, dialogue cleanup, sound design, and post-production, I decided to work on that CTO call using traditional audio processing techniques rather than relying on any AI voice separation or AI enhancement. My goal was pretty much to preserve as much of the original recording as possible while making the quieter dialogue and background audio easier to hear. So I basically used techniques such as subtractive EQ, compression, gain adjustments, noise reduction, frequency isolation, and other traditional processing methods. So what I did was I separated Vicky, the CTO dispatcher, from Warren and the...
It could have been a fake call on some Saturday Night Live, MTV, Mad TV. It could have all been fake for them to even put it out. Because why would they even put it out to the public if they knew somebody was going to go and filter out the madness? They can't be that damn simple. They can't be. And the way they muffled it, or whatever the case is, they didn't do a good job. There's some Scooby-Doo shit going on. And we're going to leave it at that, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And the more this case go on, we're going to be covering it. But I'm trying to let y'all know, nobody's going to win except for whoever got their interest in getting money out of this situation. The biggest movie of 2026, hands down. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. I'm going to make this point, then I'm going to go ahead and jet. Okay, let's do this. Come on. Let me see what's going on out there. Got a new Spider-Man movie. It's rated PG-13 like a mug. Super Troopers 3. Okay. The Odyssey is out. That might be decent, but I'll wait until it come on Prime. One night only. Toy Story 5. Minions and Monsters. That sounds like a Kanye West album. Moana is back. The Ice Cream Man. Mr. Ice Cream Man. They got Master P all on the soundtrack. 80s Town, the musical, Cookie Queens. Don't nobody want to see that. A movie called I Want Your Sex. If they don't get out of here with this bullshit, man. Nobody's going to see that. They put the Sandlot back in the movie theater. The Nolan Wells case, the biggest movie hands down. And the what was the boy named? Carmelo Anthony. They put a basketball twist on it. During the NBA finals, you had the Knicks versus the Spurs with Carmelo Anthony in the news for murder. Man, this all is trash. So yeah, they need something to get people's or catch people's attention, because Hollywood definitely not doing it. But yeah, man, let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. We're gonna be back real soon. We're gonna let it marinate for a little bit. Y'all be good out there. Enjoy y'all night. And I'm gonna holler at y'all later, baby.